I would like to discuss some of my personal favorite tools that we use this semester as a reflect back on all the many things that we learned about and that we created personally. And I will be explaining that in a couple of different clips with you. One of my personal favorites for me was the Canva or Designer poster that we created. I personally use Canva and I really liked that platform and the layout of that, and being able to create something that connected to my content and really be able to make it mine. I really like that, and I feel like this would be a great tool for me to use that could be a little bit cheaper for me as a teacher to create beneficial visuals to put in my classroom that will really help and aid my teaching in certain content areas. And that's one of the reasons why I really like this. I also think for my students that I could have them do a few different things. I feel like I could use this as a knowledge check or an assessment by having them create a poster on something that they've learned, what we've been talking about, have them add in their own little tidbits into it. I also feel like I could give them the option of having a little project where they get to choose a topic to either compile stuff that we have discussed in class, or they can come up with a new idea that could add into what we've been talking about and support that issue and be able to inform us as a class, and then also be able to have the opportunity to showcase these posters and what my students are learning in the school. I feel like would be a great opportunity with this tool. Another one of my personal favorites was the concept of the Seesaw Classroom app, and being able to compile various things that we have worked on that app. Personally, in this class, there were times where I didn't fully appreciate it, but I think as a teacher in the classroom, and I was thinking about how I could use this, I feel like it would be a great tool to be able to create student portfolios and kind of gauge their growth in the classroom for the semester or the year or throughout their high school years in my classrooms, and to really showcase what they have accomplished in my classroom. I think this would be a great tool to keep track of all those, whether it's for student journals during the day or larger projects that we've been working on. I feel like this would be a great way for us to really connect and compile all of those ideas and projects and things they have learned. I think the tool for the messaging on there as well would be beneficial in my classroom, as I could remind my students about certain things coming up in the classroom, or I could just send them positive feedback for them that they will be able to see where they're at in the class and really have that opportunity to get beneficial feedback from me as a teacher and create that relationship through technology. And real quick, I mentioned it in my first reflection question, but another one that I really liked was our Adobe Spark video. As I mentioned previously, I would really like to use that as a tool to still be able to teach my students when I'm out of the classroom, but as well when my students are out of the classroom, that they will still be able to know what went on in class, and that they will be able to refer to that as a reference to stay on track and don't feel like they missed out or that they have a lot to catch up on. I feel it'd be a great way to keep my students involved and caught up and give them the opportunity to learn outside of my classroom.